So basically,
Hmm.
database will be used to store some information on the server, which
Hmm.
can be accessed by the front-end applications like client systems. So
Okay.
generally in any project environment, we are going to have some database and a front-end
Hmm.
application program. To store the data in that particular server machine, we are going to use some database software like Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, like different kinds of database softwares you can use. And using them, you can store the data in an organized manner on the server.
Okay.
And this data can be accessed by the clients, and they no need to have any technical knowledge of Oracle or SQL Server to access it. They can
Hmm.
use some front-end application program to access and manipulate the data. So this data will be used by clients with the help of a front-end. Even as a developer itself, you can able to use the data for your analyzing purposes there. At that time, you must have the knowledge of any one of the database software.
Hmm.
And mainly three terms we should understand before going to start discuss about the database, this SQL Server. There are database is a like a subject which contains some rules and regulations, how the database should be, and what it can do, what it cannot do. Everything is described in that, like a set of rules and regulations. These database principles are practically implemented by using some techniques like DBMS, RTBMS, and ORDBMS. DBMS stands for Database Management System, and RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System, and ORDBMS stands for Object Relational DBMS. These are the three kinds of technologies that are implemented based on the database principles.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Nothing.
DBMS is the first kind of database technology used to maintain the data with the help of database principles. It has some problems that are rectified by DBMS. It has some problems that are rectified by the latest one, ORDBMS. And what are the problems this DBMS is having and how they are rectified by RDBMS and then ORDBMS. First of all, DBMS is a single user system. Means only one user can use the data at a particular point of time.
Hmm.
Only one user can use the data at a particular point of time, and there is no security you can provide in DBMS. Say for example, we have some database, and the database is being used by some clients.
Hello. Hello. Cannot hear your voice. Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
These are the three tables what I have, and to these different computers are connected,
Hmm.
like user 1, user 2, user 3. Now user 1 is trying to access the table T1. Yes, you can do that. At the same time, if U2 or U3 are trying to access the same table, they can't do that, because T1 being used by the user called U1. Single user means anybody can use the data, but only one after other has to use the data. Suppose U1 starts using this table, then U2 or U3 can access that particular table. Anybody can access the data, but only one after other has to access the data. At a time, more than one user cannot access the data. That is what is the meaning of single user system. What is the problem here? Suppose I am the person who is accessing the data. You are waiting for me, and you don't have an idea like how much time you have to wait for the resource. To an unlimited time, you have to wait for the resource. That's one of the problem with the single user system. Secondly, suppose I am the person who created this data. I can access, I can manipulate. It's meaningful because I created. You not at all related to my data. You are trying to access it. I can't stop you. You are trying to modify. Even I can't stop you. Whatever you want, you can able to do. Because no security measurements in DBMS. An example for this technology is DBase is a software that comes under this DBMS technology. DBase. And inside DBMS, data storage will be done in the form of files. And when coming to RDBMS, relational calculus is introduced to DBMS called RDBMS. One-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many relations you can able to establish with RDBMS. It avoids all the previous drawbacks. First of all, it is a multi-user system. Means multiple people can use the data at the same point of time. Like same, if I take it as a RDBMS, the table T1 can access it by U1, U2, U3 at the same point of time. Because in multi-user system, the data available can be accessed by any number of people at a time. That's one of the advantage of RDBMS. Secondly, it provides full security to the data. If I am the person who created the table, then I will become owner to it. I can access, I can modify. And if you want to access my table, I can give you some permission. Then you can able to access the table. Until unless I give the permission, that related operation you can't do on the table there. I can give a select permission, then only you can read the data. If I give insert permission, you can enter the data. Update permission, you can modify the data. Like depending on the type of permission I given, related operation you can able to perform. And inside RDBMS, entire data storage and retrieval will be done in the form of tables only. This is the drawbacks of DBMS that are rectified by RDBMS. Example for RDBMS is what we are discussing: SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, Sybase, DB2, Informix, Ingress. All these comes under RDBMS products. RDBMS is having a problem of not containing reusability. Reusability means developing only once and using the concept multiple times. That comes with object-oriented programming, which is not supported in RDBMS, which is going to be introduced in next version of database called ORDBMS, Object Relational Database Management System. And here data storage will be done, retrieved will be done in the form of table, and it is a multi-user system. The logic what you developed once can be reused in other programs also. That comes with object-oriented programming. Older versions of SQL Server, Oracle and MySQL are DBMS components. Latest versions of SQL Server, Oracle are ORDBMS products. So currently what you are seeing in the market, Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, All these are the ORDBMS products, or Object Relational Database Management System products. This is some naming conventions before going to start discuss about the actual concepts of SQL Server. Coming to SQL Server. Any questions up to now? Vaishnavi? Okay. Anup?
Yes?
Any questions up to now?
No.
Right. So coming to SQL Server, any idea which company developed SQL Server?
Microsoft, right?
Actually, Sybase and Microsoft combiningly developed SQL Server 6. SQL Server 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. After that, Microsoft partitioned with Sybase developed Microsoft SQL Server 6.0.
Okay.
Currently, what you are seeing in the market is not simply SQL Server. It is Microsoft SQL Server, whose version begins with 6.0, followed by 6.5, 7.0, 2000, 2005, 2008, 2008 R2, 2012.
Okay.
And the internal versions are something like this: 8.0, 9.0, 10.0, 10.5, 11.0, like this. And one more version is released, beta 2014. So mostly still companies are using 2008 R2, 2012, not yet started 2014. Because immediately when a version is released, companies won't change. It will take a lot of time to migrate their old data into new server. Most of the times it is very difficult also, because when the server is live, you have to wait for the time when it can be restarted. Based on that, you can able to use it. That will take care by database administrators, how to upgrade one version of SQL Server to other. And while doing
Okay.
so, if any live data is there, how to maintain a backup server for that, and making the user to use the backup server. Meanwhile, the server what has to be upgraded will be done. Then pointer is redirected to the latest one. Like that's what admin will do under some concept like a database mirroring, log shipping, some high availability tasks can use to do that. That we don't need to bother. What we have to concentrate is majorly on the programming part and querying part. So these are the different versions what we have, and I'll teach you both the latest two things, 2012 and 2014. Both the versions I'm going to discuss with you, the latest ones.
Okay.
This is what is the version history of SQL Server. And while you are putting your resume, take care. What is the duration of the project you are putting? Based on that, the version of SQL Server used, you have to specify in your resume. So understand about the versions and years of releases. Based on that, you can able to answer it clearly.
Okay.
Next, when coming to SQL Server, there are different set of tools available in SQL Server which can be used to operate on it. Some tools will be used by developers, some tools will be used by administrators. Totally 3 categories of tools we are going to have in SQL Server. After you install your SQL Server software, you can find out them. One is called development tools. configuration tools, performance tools. Under development tools, we are having SQL Server Management Studio tool, SQL Server Data Tools, under configuration we have Configuration Manager, Installation Center, under performance tools we have something called SQL Server Profiler, Database Engine Tuning Advisor. These are the different tools what we are having in SQL Server. What we are going to use as a developer is SQL Server Management Studio tool. It will be used by developers, admins, everybody is going to use that Management Studio tool, because that is the place where exactly the data storage will be done and we have to operate on the data. And data tool will be used by MSBI developer, Microsoft Business Intelligence developer, to implement the integration analysis such services. And administrator will use the remaining tools. The configuration tools and performance tools will be used by the database administrator. The configuration tool will be used to control different services of SQL Server. And installation center will be used for upgradation of SQL Server service packs, new installation of SQL Server, repairing the already installed SQL Server, adding some additional features to the SQL Server. Such activities we do using that installation center tool. And then we are writing different queries, like suppose a problem is there, you can give a solution to the problem in different ways. I can use a join select command, I can use a subquery select command, like multiple types of commands you can able to write. Which is the best command to be given, you have to understand that you can able to know with the help of that particular SQL Server Profiler, because it has the ability to trace out what happening in SQL Server and note down the what are the different execution times your query is taking, CPU utilization it is taking, reads and writes it is doing, entire history of your execution process you can understand with the help of this profiler. It is for performance checking. Database Tuning Advisor is a utility which is going to let us know some sessions. Like I create a database, and if I run my tuning advisor on it, it will let me know what are the things I can able to do to enhance the performance of the database. It won't do them, it will intimate to us. You have to perform those steps which might definitely increase the performance of your database there. Those are the different tools what we are having, and throughout the course we do discuss the Management Studio tool, and we'll check how it will work and how it has to be used. And that's the main tool what we are having, Management Studio tool. It's a graphical user interface tool used to perform any kind of database operations, like storing the data, reading the data, manipulating the data, everything you can able to perform using that particular Management Studio tool. And using that, we can able to perform an operation. Operation means related to database, storing, reading and manipulating any data. I can do in two ways, either by following navigational steps or by writing commands. Anyway, you can able to do that. See, for example, I'm going to open SQL Server. I have a shortcut of Management Studio in my taskbar. I'm opening that.
Hello?
Yeah, there.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Now, I opened in the Management Studio tool. What options you have to give, how many ways you can open, further we'll see. I'm just connecting.
Okay.
Now observe, left side one window is there called Object Explorer, and when you click on New Query icon, we are getting another window called Query Editor. The Object Explorer window will be used to perform the activities simply by following navigations, and Query Editor window will be used to perform the activities by writing necessary commands. See, for example, I'm already having some database here called university, where I'm already having some table called employee. To see the data of the employee table, simply I can right click, go to edit top 200 rows, which will show me all the employee details of the EMP table. Same output I can get by using a command also. I can go to the command window. I can select my database name as university, and I can write a command, a select command. You can able to write something like select star from EMP and execute it, which will show similar kind of details here. This is the way how we can able to make use of the Management Studio tool. Using it, we can perform the operation either by following navigation or by using a command. So further, what we require is, what are the different kinds of components that can be placed in a SQL Server, how to create them, how to use them, we need to discuss. So those things I'll start from tomorrow. Today I just want to introduce you to